Hey, what is up, everybody? So it's December 2nd right now. It's a Monday. And we are headed to Denmark, Maine to a 3D scanning job. I actually have two of them. They're like right next to each other. So it should be pretty simple. I don't think either one of them are that big in general. So it should be pretty simple, I think. And other than that, that's all I got planned for today. Tomorrow I have interviews to shoot for the bank. And then we're gonna see what I can get up to later on in the week, but maybe I can contact the fitness owner, the fitness studio owner, see if we can do something with that. But yeah. Okay, so we just made it to the property, at least the first one of the day. I think this is the first one, and then that's the second one, so shouldn't be too bad at all. I got to the camera and stuff out. It's a little bit cold. I mean, it's 32 degrees out. It's definitely snowed since the last time I vlogged, so. Yeah, I'm lucky I have a four-wheel drive vehicle now, or at least an all-wheel drive vehicle, because I think my car would not have made it down this. So that's a good thing. So, all right, so we're outside now. So it's actually going to be pretty difficult to do some side photos of this because we're like right on the water, but I'll do it my best. The cleaner showed up when I was here, which is funny. I thought it was like a homeowner for a second, so my heart dropped because I've had it happen before and they don't know I'm there, so it's kind of like a mess. So, yeah, should be pretty easy though. Just gonna do this, and then the next property is just through the parking lot, so. Alright, so I'm back home now, and both properties have been uploaded to the Matterport website, so they can be processed and stuff. So they probably should be available like tomorrow or whatever. But right now, I gotta change each property I did today to like completed and uploaded so that like internal people at the company know that it's done. Yeah, I also got my invoice today that from the company I do the 3D scanning for. So on the 4th, I'll get $3,100 for October, I believe. Yeah, for October. Because I worked a lot. I worked like 10 days in October, and it's $25 an hour plus gas and everything. So it's a pretty good paycheck. I'm excited. That's going to help pay for my student loans, repaying those, as well as just rent and stuff here. But so far, we're looking good. So, yeah, I'm excited to do that. All right, guys. So it's Tuesday now, and it's about almost 12:30 right now. So I gotta leave soon. And I packed up all my stuff earlier. Everything's all set up pretty much. And then right here, I have my camera set up for the A-Cam, A7 IV 35-150. All decked out. And then B camera is, I borrowed this from school that I used to go to, and it's the A9 III. And then I put my Tamron 28-75 on there because the lens that was on here was a 24-105 f4. It's fine, you know, it would have worked, but I wanted something that was a little bit better depth of field and just with some better glass, I guess. So that's on there. And I don't have an ND filter, so hopefully we're not going to be too overexposed. But that's going to be the tight cam anyways. I'm going to have this more zoomed in to like anything 50 or above. So we're going to figure out what looks best. And I actually just figured out a way to monitor this feed. I wanted to have another monitor just like this, but I couldn't get a hold of one. So I have the Monitor Plus app that works with Sony cameras. And then I just connected to the A9 III, so now I should be able to sit next to A camera and still monitor the B camera feed, which is pretty cool. So that's gonna be pretty good. And then yeah, other than that, I'm pretty excited. Just got 2 interviews to film today, so it should be pretty simple. But got the wireless mic set up, boom mic set up, headphones and everything, and then the rest of the gears in my car. So I will see you guys when we get. So right now I'm setting up for the interview. Thinking of shooting into this corner, maybe having this light be a little bit of motivation, and then this light be the key light. So still gotta figure that out, but A camera over there, B cameras over there. I got almost all the stuff I need so far, maybe a few more things, but I think we're good for now. So yeah. So this is me setting up my key light. So I'm obviously using my Amaranth 300C, and I opted to use my 32-inch parabolic softbox for this one, only because it was going to be a single interview subject, and I knew beforehand that it was going to be a relatively tight shot on him, and there was no need to have such a big 6 foot by 6 foot unbleached muslin cloth like I had on the last interview.
So I decided to just use this, and it worked out pretty well. Although I do wish that I had a little bit more background spill, just because the background was a little bit too dark for how I usually like it, but I think overall it worked pretty well. And I obviously ended up taking the grid off as well because I wanted as much background spill as possible, so that worked out pretty well. So as you can see, that light on him is super soft, and I have the LUT turned on my 874 on the display screen, as well as my Atmos Shinobi.
As the times change. So I look forward to seeing.
So this two-person interview was a little bit unexpected, but I think overall it looked pretty good. I do think it was a little bit too hot on the guy's face on the left, and he even asked me to turn it down a little bit as it was a little bit too bright, but I think it looked pretty good.
Alright, so we just wrapped up all the interviews, and luckily we finished when we did because my Zoom F3 was blinking for the battery. I didn't bring any extras either. I left them in my room. And then my A74 overheated during the interview. So for like a minute or so we had to run on just the B cam, which is fine, it looked great. And then I powered that back up after it had to cool down a little bit. And then that worked the rest of it. But now we gotta pack up all the gear. So just wanna do a quick little wide shot to show you guys what I had. So I have my 300C as the key light, reflector as the fill. I'm not a big fan of having another light be the fill light. I like balance. It looks a lot better. It's a lot softer. And then I had the SL60W is that, so. And the BL150 is the room light. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit. It's Wednesday now, and I'm currently on my way to my parents' house. I gotta grab a few things because helping a family friend build a bookshelf later today, and I had to get some tools or whatever, but I also ended up printing a bunch of forms like that for Santa photos I'm doing starting tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing them Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at a local tree festival. So I'm doing free digitals, and I'll do some little tweaks with the color and everything, composition, and then I'll email those to those people. And then I'm charging money for the actual physical prints that I'm gonna print through MPEX or MPix. And so I had to print a bunch of forms, 140 forms. I think that should at least get me started. And yeah, that should help me with that. So that'll get me started with that. And I don't think we're gonna have 140 people tomorrow at least, so I can print more on Friday. But it's usually Saturday's gonna be a busy day, so I'll take you guys along for that, some behind the scenes stuff. Okay, so it's Thursday now, and I'm editing the interviews right now, at least trying to sync them all up, trim out all the excess like bloopers or whatever. So I'm pretty much all done with that right now. I just have this little bit to go right here, but I have all of this interview, which is the two people are here, the two-person interview. I'm at the event now, and I set up all my lights and stuff. The light I got from my school, yesterday from NESCOM, does not seem to be working the way it should. It's only flashing like every 3 flashes, so it's messed up. Something with the power supply probably. So I'm running off one strobe light, which is not ideal, but I gotta deal with it, I guess. And I'm gonna swap it out tomorrow before I come back. So this is my newer 400 watt strobe light with the softbox. This is the backdrop, not too bad. Don't really like the backdrop, but we'll leave it. I like the reindeer though. And this is the light I got from school. So it runs fine, but like, see me gotta do test. Doesn't do anything. Test. There, now it flashes. So it's something wrong with the power supply or something. It's messed up. So but if you tap it a bunch of times, it goes in more frequently, but I don't know. It's gonna work either way. But this is like the view from like Santa's position. And we're gonna have that lifted up, and then mine over there. So I should get something other than a parabolic. It's a little bit too like narrow of a beam, But I took the grid off at least, so it can at least spread out a little bit, but it does the trick, I guess. The idea I just thought of is using my Amarin 300C as a replacement for the flash that's not working. I mean, it's not a flash, it's not a strobe or anything like that, but it should do the job in replacement of it for the time being until tomorrow. So I'm not too worried how it looks. So I'm just gonna get it from back here. I just finished editing the first day's photos, and this is what kind of they look like. I'm not going to show them too much, but they're exporting right now, batch exporting out of Photoshop. So doing that, and then I'm going to send them to everybody. All right, so it's Friday now, it's around noon, and I've been editing the interviews a little bit because I gotta get at least a first draft sent to them by today. So I have the timeline laid out. This is like the master timeline, and then I got the syncing timeline with at least almost all of the interview clips. I don't have their single solo shots because we're not using those for this first publication of the stuff. But and I got the 2 interview subjects right here. I think it looks fantastic. You know, I haven't done a lot of interviews since I've graduated college, so kind of stepping back into it with this job. So I'm excited to kind of like test some things out and, you know, get more experience as I go. But it looks pretty good. It sounds very good. For example,
They've had my back all along, have shown.
So I had obviously the boom mic right above them in the middle, and then I had both of them mic'd up with labs. So his lab was like right here, his lab was right there. Can't even see it, and those also sound really good. I'm just not using the audio because I think the boom sounds a little bit better, a little bit more crispy. And that's without any audio effects or anything, so I'll probably mess with stuff here and there. I just want to get the layout of it, but I'm finding out right now I did not have much room to work with because this is just the intro part. That's the outro part. Yeah, so this is going towards the incorporators, and then another one went towards the customers. So I got to swap that out for 2 different versions because they're going to send it to people. But that leaves me with this little space to put the actual details, which is not a lot. I may try to trim stuff down as I go, but yeah, we'll see. Because it has to be a max of 2 minutes long. So they just explained things that took a little bit longer than I think we thought. But I'll worry about it when I get there. But right now I actually have to head to my college to go swap out the flash kits that I had because the one yesterday wasn't working. So I'm gonna go swap that out, come back here, and then continue editing this and get it done before I have to leave to go to the Festival of Trees again to do more photos. I swapped out the Amarin 300C for the Einstein. This is the light I got from school, just the Einstein buff, 640 watt strobe. So it works a lot better, and it's at like, probably that's at like 4% power right now, and it's matching this, which is a 400 watt strobe. So yeah, works pretty good. Doing all the labeling and stuff. My girlfriend's helping, but she's getting something to drink. So this is like the form people fill out, and it's pretty simple. It's been working great so far. So set up, and we've had like, I don't know, 14 or 15 people come today, so not too bad. We have like 15 minutes left, but have all these lined up, and it's just a waiting game at this point. So I know it's been a same thing that I've been showing you guys the whole time, but no one's here for the next 10 minutes, so I'm just chilling by myself, waiting. And yeah, so I have my 400 watt strobe with the trigger on here, and then that is set to slave mode, so whenever I hit the test button, it goes right off. So this is pretty much what the photo looks like after the flash. So it actually lights up their skin a lot better. It looks really good. And then it's super easy to edit. I add like a nice little preset onto it. But this is what the trees look like. So pretty much you go at the front door, you get raffle tickets, put them in here, and then you can like win a bunch. You can win everything on this. Win the ladder, win all the stuff here,
Like that has a giant surfboard. And then over here, like even in this cool little thing, like whole kitchen set. I actually haven't really been down here yet, but a lot of stuff for like the kids, a lot of food. And over here you got a bike, Grinch stuff, tubes, sleds, tabletop grill. Never can go wrong with that. Oh, this is gonna be a popular one. PS5, flat screen. Dude, some kids are gonna love this. Oh my goodness. It's all the snacks and stuff. People can write letters here to Santa, and then they'll put them in that little thing over there. But the line is forming, and we'll see when people show up. There's a lot of people showing up now. We already got one person in the first few minutes, so we're gonna see how this day goes. And we've had 41 people come today so far, so pretty good turnout. But it's not even halfway through. It's 12:17 right now, and I'm here till 8. So yeah, we still got 8 more hours. So we will see how many more people we can get. So as you can see right here, I give Santa this little whiteboard with a code. So that code matches up with the code that's on the form that the parent fills out. So when I'm editing, it syncs up and I know who everyone is. So as you can see, I just turned on that Aperture MC. So it works really good for little kids who don't really know where to look. I just tell them to look at the flashing light, and it worked really good for Saturday. And for
So we're at 114 now. And setup's going pretty good. This is almost dead, but I don't really need it that long. Yeah, it goes from like 3 bars down to 1 bar really quickly, but that's okay. But yeah.
It's Sunday now, and it is 10:16, and I don't think that many people are going to show up today because it's a snowstorm. We're getting 2 to 4 inches today, so it's not too fun driving here, but we'll see how many people show up. I mean, there's some people coming in the door, but I don't know how many kids are going to be here.
Oh, the mean Grinch! Hey,
Why do you get this special setup? I got a little chair over there in the corner.
So it is actually Monday morning now. Technically, it's like almost 1 in the morning, and I'm transferring all the stuff from Sunday from the last day. But I emailed everybody the photos from yesterday, which is hard because there was like 110 photos, or 110 groups, probably like 2 or 3 photos per group. So it took a while to edit and then send everybody emails because I had to send 110 emails. So sent that to everybody. That's all done now. So that's transferring, and I'll start editing those tomorrow morning and send those out in the afternoon. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this week. I think I had some fun things I did with the interviews for the bank and then this stuff. So I will see you guys next week.